Hello, hello. So, I am finally starting to do the role quests, starting out as a samurai. So I'm gonna do the melee quests first. We are going to Limsa. The Luminson delegate would entreat your aid in dealing with a grave threat back home. Laverne, on behalf of Admiral Blofuswind, I thank you for your many deeds and service to Limsa Luminsa. On behalf of my people, I thank you for your efforts in delivering this star from catastrophe. Unfortunately, we have received troubling tidings that beasts akin to those that plagued Razadhan have been sighted on the Lanosian coast. So, I'm doing this after finishing Endwalker. As far as I know, at least the dialogue is somewhat different, but I can't go back now, at least not yet, to do these. We'll see if I can do them once whatchamacallit, New Game Plus comes out. If you can choose to basically do them there, we'll see. The Admiral has mustered the Maelstrom in hopes of quelling the threat, yet there is much we do not understand about our foe. And as such, your expertise in this arena would be a great boon to us. Will you help us? I'll do all that I can. Wouldn't be much of a hero if I refused, would I? Nah, I'll do all that I can. Excellent. The Admiral will be heartened to have your knowledge and martial prowess on our side, I am certain. Brace yourself for Limsa as soon as you are able. The Secretariat at Maelstrom Command will appraise you of the details upon your arrival. Well, let's go. We're going here. Okay. Our man in Razadhan told us to expect you. I'll inform the Admiral of your arrival. Glad you could join us, Laverne. I only wish it were under better circumstances. The grave news that the bounty has not escaped our ears can scarce begin to imagine the horrors you have witnessed there. Although you and the Sons have averted the final days, the blasphemies continue to appear in certain regions, Wilbrand among them. Tell him what we know. The first report came a few days ago from one of our men patrolling Skull Valley. He spoke of a fearsome creature unlike any native to our shores. While we had our suspicions, it was only later that a connection to the final days was confirmed by a most unlikely source, the Sahagan. We've been treating their temperate for some time now, and many have made a full recovery. Owing to this, some factions are eager to improve diplomatic relations with Limsa. It is one such faction that has provided the most comprehensive reports, in all their alarming detail. They speak of a most dreadful sight, their spawn brothers transforming into horrific beasts before their very eyes. Indeed, it is far too similar to the incidents at Razadhan to be mere coincidence. If our assumptions are correct, the first and most formidable of the beasts, blasphemy as it was decided we would call them, prowls our waters as we speak. We may have been spared the final days, but as long as this abomination remains to harry us, we cannot truly say the storm has passed. Fortunately, there have been no sightings of the blasphemy within the city. Nevertheless, if we are to spare our people the horror that befell Razadhan, the fiend must be dealt with, and quickly. Despite our investigative efforts, we remain very much in the dark as to the precise nature of the threat we face. Were we to recklessly dispatch large numbers of troops, we'd run the risk of having our own men corrupted. You can well imagine the carnage that would ensue. As such, Admiral FFXIV has decided to keep those involved to a minimum and lead the investigation himself. I would have you at my site. What say you? Sure, let's go. You have my thanks. We'll depart at once to meet with our Sahagan allies and gather what knowledge we can that we might devise a proper plan of attack. They are due to arrive at South Tidegate soon. I'll go on ahead and wait for you there. Sure. Southgate. I've just teleported to airport. Right, Scalp Valley, of course. Makes sense. And Faro's Sirius. It is well past our agreed upon meeting time, but the Sahagan are nowhere to be seen. They do not seem the sorts to break their word, but this bodes ill. Let us leave this place to the guards and search Halfstone for any sign of them. Okay. Oh, well, that was fast. Psh, what is this thing? Noel is in danger. Quickly, to his aid. Or no. Okay. Oh, I'm to go down there. I was like, why is it not attacking me? Because I am supposed to go here. Actually, you can withdraw. I don't need you. What I do need is this still. Yep. So far, so good. Many things, Shorewalker. Pray tell, is my companion safe? As far as we know, yes. The Admiral herself comes to our aid. Glad tidings indeed. You too have my boundless gratitude for saving my life. Let us quit this place before those beasts return. Sure. Had the Admiral not come to our rescue when she did, I shudder to think of what would have happened. Relieved I am to see the both of you safe. Everyone's still alive. Good. But not if we stay out here too long. In sight, quickly. Thank you, my friends. Those ghastly beasts would have made short work of us had you not intervened. And yet, it brought me no joy to watch them die, for, unbelievable as it may sound, until a short time ago they were none other than our very own spawn brothers. At first, we thought them merely cursed, but our talismans and magics availed us not. Aye, it was no curse, it was an evil like no other, innocent souls transformed against their will into unholy beasts, called blasphemies. Blasphemies. Pray tell us more. That would be your area of expertise, Levin. Sure. Turned into a beast by the power of despair. This is horrifying indeed. Thus far, the phenomenon here in La Noscea has been limited to the Sahagin. Why is that? I cannot say, yet I wonder if the crushing tide are involved in some way. I know naught of this crushing tide. One of them has yet to reach you, I see. It all began when the Indigo Matriarch, the queen of our kind, was stricken with a grave malady. It doesn't sound good. Tragic as this was, there was one small solace. She was not fond of shorewalkers, and so deprived of her leadership, more of my kind came to see the wisdom in making peace with Lims and Lominsa. There remain, of course, those who would oppose our cause. They formed a group they call the Crushing Tide. Even now, they seek to summon the Lord of the Wall anew, and consign all finless ones unto the briny deep. However, they lack the crystals necessary to do so. Denied the power they crave, they can do naught but gnash their teeth in desperation. And you suspect these feelings of helplessness are the cause of the transformations? Just so, those of our spawn brothers who turned into those beasts have been fraternizing with the Crushing Tide. Despite our differences, we cannot abandon our kin to such a cruel fate. Yet we must be careful not to drive them to still deeper despair. Yes, we must consider the situation carefully, lest we bring destruction upon all our kind. Tell me this, are the Crushing Tide even now under Leviathan's thrall? If freed from the drowned state, might they not listen to reason? Were it only so simple, all but a few are long since cured, they walk this path of their own free will. In that case, they may yet be dissuaded from their present course. For the sake of our nascent alliance, we'll do all we can to save our brethren. Fortunately, a most capable ally stands with us, for this man has bested many a formidable foe, including Leviathan. The great Laverne Talbonnais, in the flesh, honored I am to stand in your presence. Together we will weather this storm and usher in a new age of harmony. This, I swear. There's much to be done. For now, let us return to our homes and prepare as best we can for the trials ahead. Should we discover aught of value, I will be sure to share it with you. I ask that you do the same. Indeed we shall. Until such time, I watch over my spawn brothers and pray that no more succumb to the change. Alright. Well, apparently will be quest number 1 already. That's quick. How much experience are we getting from these? Welcome back. Thanks to you and Noel, I now possess a proper understanding of the challenges we face. There's a daunting task that lies before us. We'll continue to cooperate with the Sahagin to learn all we can. Once we have located the blasphemy, I will have need of your strength. Till then, I ask that you remain at the ready. Clearly, the storm clouds have only begun to gather. Alright, 500,000 experience. Not bad, but certainly not enough. Your timing could not be better. The Admiral has just this moment returned from a meeting with the Sahagin. I shall inform you. I shall inform her of your arrival. Ah, Laverne, I'm glad you're here. We've decided on our next course of action. As you know, we face two distinct but interconnected challenges. The transformations occurring among the Sahagan may be one, but the blasphemy itself is the root of the problem. Thus far, those who succumbed to the change have all been affiliated with the Crushing Tide, who continue to resist our diplomatic efforts. Were we to put a stop to the phenomenon, as well as address their grievances, we may yet have a chance at peace. To that end, I would propose a double-pronged approach. On one front, we shall work in tandem with our Saharan allies to redouble our patrols. Should the blasphemy surface, we will share this knowledge and move immediately to dispatch the threat. At the same time, we will pursue a dialogue with the Crushing Tide. We need to bring them back to the negotiating table and then see what can be done to convince them to stand down. A key point will no doubt be the lingering issue of securing land for the spawning grounds. It's a discussion I intend to approach with an open mind. It will be no easy task, but we succeeded with the kobolds, and I have faith that we will succeed with the Sahagan as well, so long as we parley in good faith. I can only hope the Crushing Tide shares the sentiment. I doubt they will listen. Let's be a little bit optimistic here, just for a second. You're wise to temper your expectations, but I would not abandon hope ere we try. At any rate, Noel has sent word that one Dao, a priest who styles himself the leader of the Crushing Tide, has grudgingly agreed to hear us out. I'll parley with him face to face at Subsa's spawning grounds, and would have you at my side, if you do not object to this. Excellent. In that case, pray join me at South Tidegate when you are ready. From there, we'll go together.
We go together.
Right, back to Elport. All prepared, are you? Thou is not known for his patience. We must take care not to incur his ire. I was told he would be at the spawning grounds upon our arrival, but it appears he has been delayed. Let us speak with the Sahagan here. Mayhap one of them will be able to shed light on what we may be keeping him. One more thing. I come here as a representative of Limsa Lominsa on a diplomatic mission. Should the talks deteriorate and things come to blows, I cannot be seen to bloody my hands. I trust you understand. And with that, let us be off. Mobub is now in your party. Stay close to her party members in order to proceed with quest objectives. You can leave Mobub behind by entering a different area, putting too much distance between you, or by speaking with her and selecting the option to part ways. If you wish to have Mobub accompany you again, return and speak with her at the original location. Alright. At least they do use sprint, so it's not as bad as it could be. But I do wish I could just mount up and make this go a little bit faster. It's fine. Belligerent Sahagan. What is this? Since we are filthy shorewalkers, since when are filthy shorewalkers free to intrude upon our sacred spawning grounds? Where I forgive our intrusion, we seek an audience with Speaker Dao. Where might we find him? We will do no such thing, Shorewalker. We have not forgotten what you did to Lord Leviathan. Begone! Won't get much out of this one. Let's try elsewhere. Alright, where's the other one? There, Stoic Sahagan. That bodes well. Why do you trespass on our domain, vile shorewalkers? We mean you no harm. We come only for peaceful parley with your leader, Master Do. Where might we find him? We desire no parley with shorewalkers who would steal our home. Were it not for your insatiable selfishness, we Sahagin would grow and flourish. Your grievances are justified. That is why I would speak with Master Doe and work towards a peaceful solution. Pfft, empty words from the thieving shorewalker, but so be it. Soon you shall learn the futility of your efforts. Speaker Dow is currently overseeing security at the spawning grounds. You'll find him by the entrance, though mark my words, you will wish you hadn't. We shall see. I thank you for your aid. Alright, let's go. I'm so glad I can just walk through here because all the enemies are so low level. Ah, wonderful. Shorewalkers, now spawning grounds? To what do I owe the displeasure? Speaker Dow, I presume. My apologies for entering into your home unannounced. I'm Melwip Blufferswin, Chief Admiral of Limsa Laminsa. This is Laverne Tower Ballet. We come seeking a parley that we might strive for peace between our peoples. Parley, you say? Prolonging this conflict any further will only lead to needless suffering. The menace both of our peoples face is great indeed. If ever there was a time to set aside our differences and come together for the greater good, it is now. I invite you to join us at South Tidegate for formal negotiations. Shorewalkers and Sahagin coming together? What assurance do I have that you will not slit our guilds the moment we set foot within your territory? I can offer naught but my word. We open our gates to you and invite you into our home as a show of respect. Huh. I do not trust you, Shorewalker, but it'll never be said that the Dow of the Crushing Tide was a coward. I accept your offer, but attempt any treachery or subterfuge, and your people would drown in their own blood. Very well, Master Dow. I look forward to a productive discussion. As we return, then, I shall send word to Noel as well. I would have our Sahagin allies join us at the parley. So far, so good. Know this, Shorewalker. I come not because your words sway me, but to show my spawn brothers as Dow of the Crushing Tide is no coward. Okay. As you say. Thank you for joining us here, Master Dow. The air here sickens me. Be brief. Aye, let's get straight to the heart of the matter. A common threat looms before us, one more powerful than any primal, with the potential to bring death without end to both Sahagin and Laminsan alike. These circumstances call for swift and united action. You doubt our intentions, but I remind you that we have liberated many of your kind from Leviathan's enthrallment. They and countless other Sahagin have joined us, of their own free will, that we may ensure the survival of both our peoples. Aye, by their deeds have the Laminsan proven themselves worthy of our trust. Master Dow, you and your Crushing Tide would only to secure a future for your people. I say to you, this can only be done by confronting this threat together. threats, threats. What is this threat you speak of? If it is unity you crave, then submit yourself to our command. Be as the Serpent Reavers, they are the only shorewalkers I deign to call friend. You would ask us to willingly surrender ourselves to your Lord of the Whirl? I do, for that and that alone will ensure peace between us. Preposterous! You proposed an alliance but servitude. This way lies nothing but death for all Sahagin. Do you hear this, my spawn brothers? The shorewalkers have stolen this one's mind. One decries Lord Leviathan and espouses the lunacy of our sworn foes. These treacherous witches have abandoned our god and conspire to drive we faithful from our ancestral home. We cannot, we must not let this stand. For shame, forsaken by our spawn brothers, they side with the Finless ones and blaspheme our Lord Leviathan. They who steal our spawning grounds and slaughter our children, our future, our future. Behold, behold this blessing! Lord Leviathan grants us greater and greater strength. You would call this a blessing? Such horrors! Flee, flee for your lives! The beast makes for airport. I leave this place to you. Splendid, splendid. Let all our spawn brothers be blessed with such power. Alright. I have deactivated my chat. So I actually can show a little bit more during cutscenes. And again, I still have my job gauges up, so whatever. Well, that's fine. That was fast. I'm not sure if this is any better, to be fair. Actually, yeah, it isn't really. No, that's fine. Let's just do this. This is the second time you have saved my life, Shorewalker. My gratitude is as boundless as the sea. But what of the Admiral? We must go to her aid. Ah, she's fine. Oh. She's closer than I expected. I was too late. I'm sorry. There's no need for apologies. You're not responsible for my people's plight. But what I cannot fathom is Dao's response. How pleased he was to see his brothers become slavering beasts. The fool believes it's a blessing from Leviathan himself. Any hope for a peaceful solution will be lost should Dao and his crushing tide manage to wield these transformations as a weapon against us. I shudder at the very thought, yet the true threat, the blasphemy, is still out there, yes? Just so. The first ones to transform are those who have fallen into the deepest depths of despair. The more painful their anguish, the more fearsome and formidable they become in their bestial forms, the greater their influence over others. We can scarcely hope to stand against a legion of such foes. Would that there was more my people could do to help. We'll have the Maelstrom patrol these seas for the blasphemy, that we might slay it with all due haste. But this may well amount to naught. If the blasphemy too was born from Sahagan, it could be shuddering in the depths, beyond the reach of our ships. In that case, pray allow my spawn brothers and I to serve as your eyes beneath the sea. Thank you, Noel. For your efforts combined, we might yet weather this threat. As for your brothers who gave their lives today for our cause, I shall see that they are returned home to be laid to rest as they deserve. You have my gratitude, Admiral. And with that, we shall return as well. There is much work to be done, and would see it done quickly. I must take my fallen brothers home. I must go home as well. Ah, Laverne, I was just sharing our findings. So you see, the danger is exactly as the Hagen described. While Dow and his ilk have no means of forcibly triggering the phenomenon at present, it is plain they intend to seek one out. Redouble our patrols offshore and inform me at the first sign of anything out of the ordinary. It will be done, Admiral. I worry that we may be stretching ourselves too thin. Should the situation take a turn for the worse, I will recall our forces from Garlemald, yet I would reverse that as a last resort. For now, I must get to work securing reinforcements. I ask that you remain close by. We may have need of your strength all too soon. Crushing tide. Perfect.